Hi YouTube! I wanted to talk about paranormal experiences today. I started collecting haunted dolls and just haunted objects. It's always been I've always been fascinated with it. I've had experiences with paranormal. If I could talk paranormal experiences. All my life, from the time I was little to, I could always sense if there's some sort of an extra energy or spirit in a place. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that today because I found something happened today, and I'll get to that. But first, I want to introduce some of my dolls. This is Glory. I got her about a month ago. No, not even a month ago. A couple weeks ago. And basically, I was reading. I like to kind of look at them, kind of window shop. And I was just browsing, and I saw her, and I was reading her description. It didn't really say much. It just said that her name was Glory. And she's very positive white light spirit, and as far as I know, it didn't say how she died, but it said she was 7 years old, and that if you were meant to have her, she would call for you. I was actually making a YouTube video, which I'm not going to post. I'm just going to redo it, about tarot cards and different decks that I have. And in the middle of the video, when I was rewatching it, I noticed that there was a white figure behind me on this side of me. And the more I watched it, the more I could tell that there was like a face in it. And so I immediately, because I do a lot of my videos on my laptop, because that way I don't have to hold my camera, because I don't have a tripod for it. So I took a screenshot of it. And basically, when I looked back at the image, it basically shows my whole desktop and the little window where I was watching my video of me doing this video on tarot cards, and then behind it I saw the other window of where I was looking at haunted dolls earlier, and there was the one of Glory, and right there was her picture and the part that said, she'll call to you if it was meant to be. And so I kind of took that as an omen, because here it is, there's a spirit figure right behind me, and I have a really strong sense that that spirit wasn't Glory. I think it was my spirit guide. And I think she was giving me a message telling me that I should adopt Glory into my life. And so I did, and I've had her for a couple weeks now, and she's very, very positive. I sense that about her. She's just very happy, even in the spirit realm. And there have been some really interesting things that have happened to me since I've had her. The night I actually purchased her, I had a dream that I was walking down this long hallway with this little girl holding her hand. She was older than my daughter. I would say about a couple years older. And basically what she said was, or what I said to her, I didn't even say it. I think it was like, I told her without telling her, if that makes any sense. I told her everything's going to be all right. You're in good care now. And then I woke up, and when I woke up, I heard laughing, like a little girl giggle. But I knew it wasn't my daughter because she was asleep. And I heard it. It wasn't like it was in the room. It was like it was coming from my dream almost, but I was awake, if that makes any sense. And so I thought that was really neat. So I fell back to sleep. It was a little giggle. And when I first got Glory, when I opened her, I took her in the kitchen because she was wrapped in bubble wrap, because she's made out of porcelain. Her arms, legs, and her head are porcelain. And, oh, she's missing a shoe. Where did her shoe go? I'll find it. Oh, I think it's in, because I had her in my high chair. So, basically, I cut the bubble wrap open, and as soon as I did that, and I had no windows or anything open, so there was no reason for there to be a draft. All of a sudden, there was this wind, like a gush of wind, that circled me, and blew something off of the top of my fridge, a piece of paper, and I don't know how it even got down because it's up there pretty good, and it blew it around and into my hands, and I looked at it, and there was a picture that my daughter drew, Tabby drew, of a little girl, and so I thought that was kind of neat. I'm like, wow, okay, that's weird. And the weirdest thing that happened was that when I first got her, and I actually opened her after that happened, I was cleaning her, and I've actually since, when I was cleaning her up, you know, she was already pretty clean, but she had this spot on her arm right here, and it almost looked like honey or sap of some sort. So I cleaned it up, and I'm cleaning it, and it was completely gone, and everything was clean, and I kind of fixed her hair, and it's almost like I sensed her presence, like sitting down on the corner of my bed where I was, like sitting next to me, watching me clean her, you know. And then, so it was completely gone. A couple hours later, I took her outside to show my friend, and the sap stuff that was on the crease of her arm right here was back. I have no idea how it got back, but it's still there a little bit. I don't know if you guys could see it. So I'm just leaving it there because obviously I guess meant to be there. So that happened, and that was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this just happened. You know, it didn't creep me out, but it was actually made me excited. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. You know, what attracted me to Glory was actually her dress. Because her dress, okay, there's something weird on her, like a rubber band. I'm not sure what that was. It's weird. What the heck is this? I just pulled this off of her dress, and I have no idea what it was or where it came from because I never noticed it before. It's interesting. Huh. It almost looks like a rubber band, like a rubber band that you would wear in your hair, like the little tiny actual rubber ones, which is weird because we don't have anything like that in our house. Anyways, what attracted me to her was her dress. It totally looks like something that I would have wanted to wear when I was 7. And I held her and the other night, and I've asked her questions on the pendulum, and just basic questions is like, you know, are you happy here? And are you with me kind of questions. And I've gotten, you know, good answers, yes, and that she's happy to be here with me. And, you know, I don't remember, I think I didn't want to do too much work with her because, you know, she's still new in my house. I don't want to overload her with questions. But another thing that was interesting is because I could pick up on energies and feelings of living spirits as well as past spirits. And the one thing that I picked up from her was not only, I think the first thing I picked up was the positive, like she's just so happy. I also got a feeling that that's why she stayed here. It is because she wants to share that gift with others. She wants to feel that she wants to share her positive energy and with other people. And that's what I feel from her. I also got a feeling of water. I don't know if that might have to do with emotions or if that has to deal with how she might have passed on. It's just, I hold her and I feel this stream. I almost could hear it in my head, like this stream, this big water current. Cold. Maybe when she was alive, she lived by a stream. Also, I have the feeling of the early 90s, you know. I don't know if that's when she was alive or when she was born or what, but those are the feelings that I got, and this video took a lot longer than I thought it would be because I wanted to introduce another doll of mine, but I'll do that in the next video. So, this is Glory, everybody, and I'll see you in a couple minutes. Blessed be.